Okay, so have you heard about this Coach Me Academy?
Yeah, a little bit. What about it?
Well, it's like kind of like an entrepreneurial boot camp,
You know? Mm?
It's all about like mindset marketing, even AI.
Oh, wow.
But, we're not going to just like, lift out what they offer.
Right.
We're going deep.
Okay.
Like think of us as your personal research team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to figure out, is this just another course platform
Mm-hmm.
or is there something truly unique here?
Okay.
So to do that, we've got a pretty interesting stack of intel to work with.
Okay. Like that.
We've got videos from their YouTube channel,
Okay.
snippets from their website, and even some background on the founder, Sarah Lee.
Sarah Lee. Okay.
Yeah. Have you heard of her?
I think so, like vaguely.
Yeah. Well, she's kind of a fascinating person.
What do you mean?
I mean, she has an MBA, 20 years in the business world.
Oh, wow.
She's a 10-time best-selling author, a media personality,
Wow.
and a licensed hypnotherapist.
Oh, wow. That's quite the resume.
Right. Like, what can't this woman do?
Yeah, that is the question.
So it's interesting because you see that kind of like blended background reflected in Coach Me Academy's approach.
Oh, interesting. Okay, how so?
Well, they pull from, those classic business books like Think and Grow Rich
Right,
to
yeah.
give you that like, that solid foundation in business principles.
Mm-hmm.
But then they combine it with her expertise in things like hypnotherapy and modern mindset techniques.
Oh, wow. So it's not just about like, the nuts and bolts of business.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It's really about like rewiring your brain for success.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that's what they call the fertile soil mindset.
Fertile soil mindset. Okay.
Yeah, it's this whole idea of like creating the right internal environment for success to take root.
Interesting.
They're big on things like guided meditation, mindfulness, even understanding your learning style.
Okay, but like, there are a million programs out there that talk about mindset.
Right, exactly.
So what makes this fertile soil thing different?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's not just about like positive thinking or affirmations.
All right.
They actually dive into the neuroscience of it.
Oh, wow.
Talking about neuroplasticity
Mm-hmm.
and like actually building new neural pathways.
Oh, that's cool.
So they're blending this like ancient wisdom with cutting edge science.
Interesting.
And the way they incorporate different learning styles, that's pretty unique.
Yeah. How so?
Well, they're not just throwing information at you.
Right.
They actually want you to absorb it in a way that works for your brain.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So they kind of set the stage with all this mindset stuff.
Mm.
But then what?
Right.
They've also got this whole AI angle, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
Well, this is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
They have this proprietary AI-powered platform called Marketville.
Marketville. Okay.
Yeah. And they claim it can do everything.
Oh, wow. Like what?
From simplifying your marketing to streamlining your business communication.
So, like, are they saying that AI is the magic bullet for entrepreneurial success?
Well, they're definitely leaning heavily into that narrative,
I see, yeah.
But it's not just theory.
Okay.
They're actually giving you AI tools within Marketville to use.
Oh, wow.
And they even have a separate program
What's that?
called KNOWABLE.
No way, DLE. Oh,
That's all about demystifying AI
okay.
and making it accessible for business owners.
Interesting.
They want to empower you to use these tools to not be intimidated by them.
Right. Yeah, AI can feel pretty overwhelming if you don't know where to start.
Exactly. That's what they're trying to address.
Oh.
But hold on a second.
I bet.
We're talking mindset AI.
Mm-hmm.
And there was something else, right?
Oh, yeah. What was it?
Something about money.
Oh, yeah, right. Money.
Yeah, they haven't forgotten the financial side of things.
Okay, good.
They have this program called Money Mentor.
Money Mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all about building financial literacy.
Yeah.
So, budgeting, saving, investing, the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really covering all the bases, huh?
It seems like it, yeah.
Mindset, marketing, AI, ND, money.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty comprehensive.
It does, but that also raises a question.
What's that?
Are they spreading themselves too thin?
Oh, that's a good point.
Can they really deliver on all these fronts?
Yeah.
Or is it a case of jack of all trades, master of none?
That's a great question. And it's easy to get swept up in the excitement of all these different offerings,
Mm-hmm.
but we need to take a closer look at the specifics.
All right. Yeah.
How does each piece actually work?
Mm-hmm.
What are the unique methods they're using?
Yeah, let's break it down.
Exactly.
Break down some of these individual components
Okay.
and see what we can find.
Perfect. So starting with a fertile soil mindset,
Okay.
how do they actually go about rewiring your brain for success?
Right.
What specific techniques are they using?
Yeah. Well, they pull from a lot of different sources. Like they mention people like
Yep.
mindset masters like Mary Masterson, Marie Diamond, Doria Cordova.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You can definitely see the influence of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich in their philosophy.
So it's kind of like a greatest hits of mindset techniques.
Yeah, kind of, but they've woven it all together into their own framework.
So,
They've got specific exercises and processes, things like guided visualizations and journaling prompts.
okay.
They even incorporate elements of hypnotherapy, which is interesting.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, considering Sarah Lee's background,
Right.
it's not something you see in every personal development program.
So they're using hypnotherapy to like reprogram your subconscious.
Yeah, essentially.
Well, that's pretty out there.
It could be a powerful tool,
Right.
but it also depends on the individual's receptivity to that kind of approach.
Yeah, true.
Some people are more open to it than others.
Okay, so let's move on to this Marketville platform.
Okay.
You said they're giving you actual AI tools to use.
Right.
What kind of tools are we talking about?
Well, they have things like content creation tools that can help you write social media posts or even blog articles.
Oh, wow.
They've got AI-powered marketing assistants that can analyze your target audience and recommend strategies.
Wow.
And then are tools for automating your business processes,
Like what?
like scheduling appointments or managing your email.
Okay, so they're covering a lot of ground.
They are.
But how do we know these tools are actually effective?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
I mean, there are a ton of AI marketing tools out there.
Right.
What makes theirs stand out?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
They haven't really provided any hard data or case studies to back up their claims. They talk a lot about the potential of AI,
Right.
but we don't see concrete examples of how their tools have helped people achieve specific results.
So it's more about the promise than the proof right now.
Right now, yes.
Okay.
And that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean the tools aren't effective, but it would be helpful to see some evidence.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe they share that kind of information in their paid programs,
Okay.
or maybe it's something they're still working on.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But let's not forget about KOABL.
Right. No, you'd be away.
They're trying to make AI accessible to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
How are they actually doing that?
Well, they have a series of video tutorials and explainer videos that break down complex AI concepts in a way that's easy to understand. They use a lot of analogies and real-world examples, which is helpful.
So they're kind of like holding your hand through the AI learning process.
Exactly. They're trying to demystify it and make it feel less intimidating.
Yeah.
And that's important because a lot of people feel like AI is this big, scary thing
Right.
that's beyond their grasp.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about this Money Mentor program.
Okay.
It seems like a pretty crucial piece of the puzzle.
It is.
What sets it apart from other financial literacy programs?
Well, one thing that stands out is that they tailor it to different audiences.
Okay.
They have separate tracks for families, professionals, and military members.
So they're recognizing that people have different financial needs and goals.
Right. They're not just offering a one-size-fits-all approach.
Okay.
And they go beyond the basics of budgeting and saving.
Like what?
They cover things like investing, retirement planning, even estate planning.
Wow. They really are covering all the bases.
Yeah, it's impressive.
So they're helping you get your mindset right, master marketing and AI&D, get your finances in order. It sounds like they're trying to create well-rounded entrepreneurs.
That's their goal, yes. But again, it comes down to execution.
Right.
Do they deliver on these promises?
Yeah, that's the question.
We still need to dig deeper and see what kind of results people are actually getting.
Okay. And speaking of results, let's talk about leadership.
Okay.
Their transformational leadership program seems pretty intriguing.
It is, yeah.
They're advocating for a more holistic, growth-oriented approach.
Right. Exactly. They contrast it with transactional leadership,
Okay.
which is more focused on rewards and punishments.
Right.
They're all about inspiring and empowering your team, creating a culture of growth and collaboration.
That sounds great in theory,
It does.
but it's not always easy to put into practice.
Right.
What kind of tools or techniques do they give you to actually implement this style of leadership?
They offer a lot of practical advice.
Like what?
things like active listening, giving effective feedback,
Mm-hmm.
setting clear expectations, and building trust with your team.
Okay.
They also talk about the importance of emotional intelligence and self-awareness for leaders.
So it's about leading with empathy and understanding.
Exactly. And they even touch on conflict resolution
Oh, wow.
and how to handle difficult conversations.
Okay.
They recognize that leading people is complex,
Yeah.
and there's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Right. That's refreshing.
It is.
A lot of leadership programs try to make it sound like a formula,
Yeah?
but it's really not. Yeah. So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Mindset, marketing, AI, money, leadership.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to take in.
It is, and there's still more to explore.
Oh, really? Like what?
We haven't even talked about their ecosystem of support.
Right.
The webinars, the podcasts, the events they host.
Yeah.
They're really trying to build a community around their teachings.
Right. And that community aspect could be a key differentiator.
Absolutely.
It's not just about taking a course and then being left to your own devices.
Right.
They're offering ongoing support and connection.
That's huge.
Yeah. And they're leveraging the power of collaboration.
How so?
They have collaborative books, mentorship programs,
Okay.
and they even highlight Sarah Lee's collaborations with other big names in the personal development space.
Interesting.
So it's not just a one-woman show.
Right.
They're tapping into a network of expertise.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
What?
We've talked about all these different aspects of Coach Me Academy,
Mm-hmm.
but how do they all fit together?
That's a great question, and it's one we need to address.
Yeah.
Is there a cohesive thread that connects all these pieces?
Right.
Or is it just a collection of disparate programs thrown together?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need to figure out if there's a unifying vision,
Mm-hmm.
a core philosophy that ties everything together.
Yeah.
Because if not, it could feel fragmented and overwhelming.
Right. And that could lead to people feeling lost or unsure of where to start.
Okay, so we've got all these pieces of the puzzle,
Right.
mindset, AI, finances, leadership, even this community aspect.
Yeah.
But how does Coach Me Academy actually weave it all together?
Well, that's where their concept of the empowered entrepreneur blueprint comes in.
Empowered Entrepreneur Blueprint.
Oh, okay. It seems to be like their unifying framework.
Okay, so tell me more about this blueprint.
Ah.
How does it work?
So from what I've gathered, it's like a step-by-step process.
Okay.
They guide you through. It starts with that, fertile soil mindset,
All right.
getting your, mental game in check. Yeah. Then they layer in the practical business skills, the marketing strategies, the AI tools.
So it's like a roadmap for building a successful business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that they weave financial literacy and leadership development throughout the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
It's not like those are separate modules you tack on at the end.
Right.
They're integrated into the core framework.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because you need those skills at every stage of your business.
Yeah, absolutely. And that community aspect plays a big role too.
Yeah.
They're encouraging you to connect with other entrepreneurs,
Mm-hmm.
share your challenges, celebrate your wins.
Right.
They're trying to create a support system that goes beyond just the courses themselves.
So it's like a holistic approach to entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I think so.
They're addressing the mental, the emotional, the practical, even the social aspects of building a business.
Right. And I think that's what makes Coach Me Academy unique. They're not just focusing on one piece of the puzzle. They're trying to help you develop into a well-rounded, empowered entrepreneur.
Okay, that's starting to paint a clearer picture.
Good.
But let's get real for a second.
Okay.
We've seen the theory, the framework, the promises.
Right.
How does it all translate into actual results?
That's the million-dollar question. And unfortunately, we don't have a ton of concrete evidence to go on.
Really?
Yeah, they haven't released a lot of data or case studies showcasing their students' successes.
So we just have to take their word for it.
Not necessarily. We can look for clues.
Okay.
For example, they do highlight testimonials on their website and social media, and they've got a growing community of students who seem to be engaged and enthusiastic about the program.
Okay, that's something, right?
It is, but it's also important to be discerning.
Oh, okay.
Testimonials can be cherry-picked.
True.
And online communities can sometimes create an echo chamber.
Right.
We need to look for independent reviews.
Yeah.
Maybe try to connect with people who've gone through the program.
Yeah.
And get their honest feedback.
Okay, good point. We can't just rely on the information they're putting out there.
Right.
We need to do some digging of our own.
Exactly.
So where does that leave us?
Yeah.
Is Coach Me Academy the real deal, or is it just another shiny object promising more than it can deliver?
It's tough to say for sure without more data, but here's what I'm taking away from all this.
Okay.
They've got a unique approach, a comprehensive framework, and a passionate founder who seems genuinely invested in helping entrepreneurs succeed.
Yeah, and they're not afraid to embrace new technologies like AI,
Right.
which could be a game changer if they can truly empower their students to leverage those tools effectively.
Right. But they also emphasize the importance of mindset, financial literacy, and leadership skills,
Yeah.
which are timeless principles that will always be relevant, regardless of technological advancement.
So they're blending the old with the new,
Yeah,
the practical with the aspirational.
exactly.
It's an intriguing mix, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. And I think that's what makes this deep dive so compelling.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a lot to think about here.
For sure.
They're raising some important questions about the future of entrepreneurship, the role of technology, the importance of personal growth.
Exactly. And that's what we want to leave our listener with.
What's that?
A sense of curiosity, a desire to explore further, and maybe even a spark of inspiration to take action on their own entrepreneurial journey.
I love it.
So we've given you the information, the insights, the questions to ponder.
Right.
Now it's up to you to decide what resonates with you, what makes sense for your goals, and whether Coach Me Academy is the right fit for your path.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's a perfect way to wrap things up.
It is.
Remember, the journey of entrepreneurship is a personal one.
Absolutely.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Nope.
Only what feels true and aligned for you.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We'll catch you on the next episode.